Hello everyone, welcome back to an episode of City Bus Manager with me, Tops. Last episode we left off, we had just set up this depot down here and we've been working away at it for a while to get all the tourist bus routes up. Now, if we have a look here, we have one, two big bus routes, city sightseeing bus routes, three Toots bus routes, and then we've now got two hotel transfer routes which have been going out of this depot as well. We're going to allow that person to go on holiday. Now, when it comes to buses, we've got 95 in the Wandsworth depot, and it doesn't. We just need 5 more, and then we've got that full, which is what we're aiming for today. And then we're going to be making a new depot in the Camden area. I believe it's going to be King's Cross depot, but we need obviously to finish off getting all the rest of the buses in this depot, and then we can look at getting this depot, which we should be able to do today. As you can see, there's a high demand in accommodation, so obviously the shuttle buses are doing well. If we have a quick look at these routes, it's just basically like a few hotels up to somewhere up here, I think. Yeah. Or it might just be to there. And then there's this one up to there as well, which goes to a few hotels. But they come in at 7 p.m. We get the time set up and we get them scheduled for the next day's buses. So we've been very well with getting everything all set up and scheduled. Obviously, all the buses down south are very, very busy. And this one long bus route is what we're going to be moving over to our first bus depot on the north side of the Thames. So, like I say, we just need to save up the money to get to there. We did have a very well, if you can see from these figures on how much we've been making on the tourist routes so far, which is quite a feat of money. Some of them are 500,000 routes, near enough, but it's a million at least, a few million at least through just those routes in a week that we've had them. As for regular schedules, they have dropped in times, but that's because there's less population willing to use the transport due to, obviously, the expansion of the map, which is weird because, obviously, if you've got the same population down here that are now no longer wanting to use the bus, it's a little bit weird that it just drops like that rather than it staying here and then just constantly rising with the extra routes that get implemented. But it is that we have obviously been keeping up to date with this depot. We've been lowering this on a weekend and putting it back up on a weekday just to make sure that we don't overspend on that budget. As for in here, everything has been going pretty well with these get busy sometimes. There's a few that get like 10 to 15 minute waits, which is fine for the time being. We do still have this area to expand to if we need to, but we'll leave it with how it is at the moment. But yeah, all the buses have been doing well. We've been very well with how things have run so far, as well as obviously going into the Wandsworth depot. Yeah, we've just constantly been getting, the majority of these buses have been double deckers. All of these buses have been are double deckers. They're open tops, but the majority have been second-hand buses, which is good. Just to go into here, go to use buses and go to double deckers. Lowest capacity, because that's what they are, and we just go, pause the time, offer you some money, and it gets accepted. And now we've got another one here for a bit of a cheaper amount. As soon as that comes in, we get it ready for painting. It's basically just been the repeat of everything. Put it in for the time, get it numbered up. Make sure that the repairs are going in for everything, and obviously it's going to get painted as soon as we press play again, and that's basically what we're doing. And then that's going to be ready for circulation from tomorrow. Not that it's going to be in circulation from tomorrow, because a lot of these buses are not actually going to be servicing any routes, which is interesting. Because we've not got that many tour routes at the moment, but we do what we do. I'm going to offer you that much, which you're going to accept. I'm going to pause it so we can get it in to get the names and the numbers in. I always forget what the numbers are of these, which is quite annoying. Well, it's very consistent when it comes to having a lot of buses in the depot, and then obviously we just paint it, get the time going. By the time we've painted this, we're going to have enough money to buy another bus. And then we're literally 3 buses away from having this full. This one offer you 48,000. This is basically just what I've been doing for over the weekend. The majority of our buses we have actually made profit. It is 979899. Yeah. Get that ready to paint. Get it all again scheduled up as well. But yeah, 2 buses left, and then we're looking at getting the new depot up and implemented. But yeah, like I said, while we're doing that, our statistics-wise is not that bad. Obviously, the Sunday is better. To be fair, the Sunday is consistent with that. The Saturday is a bit less consistent with the week before. Just this figure is different than this week. There's about 100,000 less people, 150,000 less people using our bus routes, which is a little annoying, but it is what it is. Is this going to be it's an excursion? We don't accept excursions. We only do holiday trips at the moment. We might start doing excursions soon, but not just yet. But if we have a look at finances, as I was going to say, we've been making constantly over $1 million throughout the week. We made nearly just less than $1 million on the Saturday. We made profit on the Sunday compared to the Sunday before, where we actually only made like 20,000 profit. And it's mainly for, obviously, we're getting a bit of money from commissions. We're getting also, obviously, we're spending on the advertisements on the routes. And then we're also just getting some money coming in from other means as well. So we're at that time where we can just purchase the last 2 buses. And then that's this bus depot completed. We don't have to worry about it anymore. We're going to have to get our last bus is going to have to be a brand new one because we don't have enough to get a second hand. Get this painted, get it scheduled to the upgrades, get this put up as well. Pretty simple. And we end up with 100 buses in the tourist depot, which now I guess we can actually start taking some of the commission work and just using it as the tourist buses. I was going to say that should be painted anytime. Pressing the wrong button. And there we go. So yeah, they're all scheduled. It's good. We now need, I think, 200,000 to get our next bus depot up and running, which we should have pretty quickly coming in. I do need to find out where it's going to be for our next depot. I believe, well, I know where it is. I just don't know the exact location. I think it's here. I want to say it's around here. There, yeah. Pause it while I'm working around with all this. Yeah, the bus depot will be here. It's literally this building here and this little bit of a car park over this side. This is where the bus depot is for the King's Cross bus garage. Technically, they only have in this garage, if I pause the time and have a look, they only have 31 buses officially in this garage, and it only runs 2 networks, which is the 30 and the 274. Now, it will be operating this route. Oh no, it won't, because this is another route. It will be operating a route that is up at this end anyway. So there is that. But for the time being, we just need to get the route, the bus depot in. Look at getting buses in, getting the 12 over, I think, or is it it's either 12 or 21, and then obviously we'll get the 30 in when it comes about. So literally plonk that right in there. Yeah, it's going to be that amount. We need then 50,000 to upgrade to the next part. And we want to make it the best before we start hiring staff and putting buses there. But it will help with the spreading out of the load of the buses, as well as also getting more bus routes operational, hopefully in the Camden Town area, because I don't know what buses go through Camden Town, but I would hope that we would be able to utilise this depot for it. Now, we're going to upgrade it there. I actually need to make sure that this is all set up. It's King's Cross. It is initials-wise KC. There we go. All set around. And then for the next upgrade, it is 100,000. But the 50 didn't come out. I don't know what happened there. So if I upgrade it in here, it doesn't take the money. But if I upgrade it in the actual depot, it takes the money? That doesn't make sense. We'll try it when it gets to 100. If it doesn't take the money, then it is what it is. Yeah, it didn't take the money. Okay. Okay. So there's a bug. If we upgrade it in the depot, it takes the money. If we're not in the depot, it doesn't take the money. So we'll look into that for next time, maybe. We don't really want to scam anything out of here, but it is what it is. That means we can probably hire the 25 staff that we need to, or the 38 staff that we need, and get them all trained up. And then I'll bring you all back once we've got those and possibly even some buses coming in. And we're back. So we're back just past 7 p.m. We're looking at this tourist bus route first. There's one bus stop here. We're just going to zoom out. There's one bus there, one there, one there. And then they're all going up to here. So we're probably going to start off at the furthest one and go up north. So that one's going to go there. The next nearest one would be here. I don't think this... Oh, they would actually get them. Yeah, we're going to stick that one there. This hotel... You have to go to the station to get the pickup. No, we'll go to the King's Cross to get the pickup. And then the house... We then go back to King's Cross. Obviously, it's Paddington Hotel because Paddington... That'll be the last drop-off. So we go back to here. And then we go back to the... Where is it? The first stop is here. That should be everything set up. Pretty simple route. Just go tick. Let it go. We don't care about which directions it go, what routes it goes on. Just make sure it goes to this route. It's going to have enough buses, bus passengers. We confirm. And then we plan our next route, which is our other transport. We're going to zoom all the way out just so we can see where they all are. So they're all here, and they're all going to... Are they all here? How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. And they go into Islington Museum, which is here. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. So start off at the budget. There. Then it'll go to... the Ritz. Then it goes to here. Take it off that one and put it on this one just because it's a central one. Then it goes to here. That won't pick it up, but this one would. But it's... I don't like where it is, so I'm just going to stick a... When the game decides to save itself. There we go. We'll stick it right there. Oh, is this further back? Oh, yeah, it is. Okay. So, it goes there. Then it goes to here. There we go. And then it goes to the museum. Then we go back the opposite way, which... First one is Kane. I think it's Sanderson. Then it goes Ritz. Then it goes Budget. There we go. So that should be that route all set up. They are going here, there, and everywhere, but it's going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's kind of it's a roundabout way, and it gets it there. And that's all that's set up. We confirm it, we tick it, we confirm it. Goes to Wandsworth. Get that confirmed again as well. There we go, that's all set. So now we need to make sure the schedules for tomorrow are all set up. So we'll go all depots, and all depots. We'll probably end up having Peckham and Brixton. So Peckham, which is the... Oh, okay. I'm going to sort these bus times out. We have actually started putting some depots into... some buses into the King's Cross, which you saw. We had 2. Probably going to get a 3rd one in. I don't think we're going to be able to get enough to get a bus route going operational from tomorrow, but... we'll have to see what we can do. But yeah, let me get all these bus sorted for tomorrow so we can actually go into tomorrow with no issues. Rising. And we are back. It's the next day, and I've went through and tried to optimize bus routes. However, it means we've got 2 buses that we can't fit onto the schedule today, which is a little annoying because, well, they're taking 3 bus routes up, and it is an evening service. We might have to just let them be gone. Basically, on all the scheduled bus routes I've got, I added 5 minutes of time between the service finishing and them starting the next service. So they have a 5-minute break every time, which optimizes it well for the majority of bus routes. However, there is a slight issue with, like I say, that one depot. But obviously, we're going to be taking off the bus from that depot soon. We just don't have enough buses at the moment, and we're currently sitting at 6 buses out of, well, we need the full 25 probably just to service this one route. But we're getting closer. We've got bus drivers that are in the depot already. We just need to get them trained up a bit more. We're going to have some that's advanced, some that are novices. If we go and have a look... Are we going to be back in the main depot if we close this? This is where we get a bit of hiccup going from one day to another without having a save and a reselect. So yeah, we do have some advanced, we do have some novices. They're going to need retraining to get up there to their advanced skill, and then we're obviously going to need to hire, to purchase the remainder of the buses for this depot to switch over to the use of this depot. Probably from Wednesday, and that means we can switch out. We're going to have a few services not active today due to we're not having bus drivers or such do so. We could effectively build and transport these buses over to that depot for the time being, but we're just going to leave it as it is. We're just going to say that we can't service those bus routes for all that times. We've tried to optimize the network. I'm probably going to have to go through in an episode or between episodes and actually run a full optimization on all routes to look at the bus times and such from ones to another. So say if the bus route is 69 minutes, but the bus we're running every half an hour, how can we optimize that to make it so the routes run more consistent, so buses are less likely to have to switch routes, from, for instance, they say if it starts up here, or instead of it starting up here for one route, it'll have to drive all the way over here, and that'll just be time spent where it's not making money. So that's why I'm going to try and optimize it. Effectively, when we've got all of the bus depots implemented, all of the buses implemented, all the bus stops, everything implemented, we're going to be able to utilize... Every bus depot shouldn't be over capacity. We should be able to optimize it within its own depot, making sure people have decent times driving, decent times not driving, staff-wise, basically have it like that. But we just can't seem to get to that point at this time. Obviously, we're still doing well on some of these. We've got an event in the city again. Our self-produced energy is low. We do at some point need to go all out on implementing, well, a load more solar panels at the bus depot. So we can actually just start producing our own energy, more out of our own energy. It'll be a lot of upfront cost right now. To be fair, we could probably pay off these loans soon as well. And I know it's only 4,000 a day that we're paying, but we might as well just pay off the loans and not have to pay them back, or pay off the loans to reloan it to get more money. Do it that way. See what happens when we get up to all them. But yeah, like I say, we're doing well with what we have right now. The depot in itself, we need to get some more bus drivers trained, get more buses in, and then they can start running from Wednesday, and that should hopefully optimize all of the routes and make it so, well, the network's not at the capacity it currently is, because we're limited to what buses we have. We could have shifted buses to the... We've got plenty of buses over at this depot over here, which is the tourist bus depot, but we don't want to use the tourist buses for public transport, same as we don't want to use public transport buses for tourist buses. These are basically retrofitted for tourist people because they're obviously open top. It's premium seating upstairs, so if you see, you get a bit of a better vantage point. And obviously they're going to be retrofitted. Technically, they're going to be retrofitted to allow for that the bus tour, whatever you call tour guide system. So that's effectively what we're doing. There's no point in doing shifting a public transport bus route onto that route. It just wouldn't make sense. In reality, either you wouldn't want to put on a public transport route or a tourist bus on a public transport route. It wouldn't make sense. Anyway, we've got money coming in. I'm going to pause it here. We're going to have a look at our staff. I'm going to get all these novices trained up to get up to advanced. Shouldn't be too much money. We should have plenty of... Well, it should be enough. We need another 10. We need another 10,000, which should be here in a second. We just need to let the game go through, let the time go through, get these all loaded up, and then now any money we make goes towards more buses. The buses we've had to purchase at the moment are all brand new buses for that depot. We do want to try and get some second-hand buses just to save us a bit of money. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to, like I say, I'll play through today. We'll try and get the more buses filled in that depot in hopes to get the Route 21 shifted over to this depot for the time being from Wednesday. And we are back. It is Wednesday. Buses are starting to go out of the King... yeah. And we are back. Buses are starting to go out of the King's Cross depot for the Route 12, as well as we've now set up we've set up 3 new routes today. So the first new route, if I pause it here, is going to be the Big Bus Green. Basically, I added in Euston Station and St Pancras Station, as well as some hotels, and obviously looping back into this area here. I was thinking of extending it a bit further south, but it links in basically with some of the route. It goes for the blue, and obviously the red goes down south, so it may be worth adding this little loop into the green. They basically run every half an hour, every 20 minutes now, so hopefully that'll be a good thing for that. And obviously that's the first page full of basically tourist bus routes or sightseeing bus routes, or the sightseeing bus route still here as well. If we have a look at other bus routes, we now have the 30, which we haven't got implemented just yet, but we've got the route basically going from the Marble Arch all the way over to over here. I don't know where it's called. But yeah, that's a 30 that will run off this bus depot, which isn't running just yet. Hopefully from tomorrow. We just didn't have enough buses for it to run today. And we have another route, which is the 274, sorry, which is running today. It is from Lancaster Gate Station all the way over to Angel Islington. Another turnaround point over here. We do obviously need to upgrade the bus stops at some point, and it goes past London Zoo somewhere. I think it's over here, London Zoo. So yeah, that goes through that way, which is absolutely amazing. We're starting to get more bus utilizations out of this route. We obviously need to fix. We need to upgrade the bus stops at some point, as well as obviously each terminus to get them to charge the buses quicker, with them having obviously the 5-minute gap between routes. We are still getting a little bit of lag. It always happens every morning once you've gone from one day to another day. The only way that I found to save it is to save the lag, is to do a complete save of the game, which is what I'm going to do, and then reload. And that gets rid of this jittery issues. So obviously I've paused it now. I know there is this toggle up here. I've used this multiple times to toggle it off from main buses. But if I still press play, nothing is moving. You can see it's play. This is slowly ticking. The time isn't even ticking that much either. So I know there's ways to optimize the game. The only way I can figure out how to get through the lag from one day to another day is literally to run the save, reload the save from that point, and it fixes any clunky lag issues. I think there's some issues with the game save and how it saves the game. Well, not the game save. I think there's some laggy issues where it comes to keeping the game running. There may be some memory bleed or something from obviously the past runs of buses that are still in the RAM, is what I'm guessing. And obviously, because that's still in the RAM, it's trying to load the new ones up, and then it's just breaking it down. So yeah, I'm going to save it, I'm going to reload, and we're going to run through Wednesday, and hopefully have all the bus routes operational from tomorrow, and then we can just look at expanding the King's Cross station, King's Cross depot, with more routes, and we'll go from there. And we're back. A reload has taken place. We're up and operational again. No jittery buses or anything like that, so we're good to go. Not seen any of the... Well, we're not going to see until about 6-ish the tourist buses come out. But yeah, so I like how we've got the 3 sections for the tourist buses. One central London, one starts at Marble Arch, and one starts at the London Eye. I don't know if there's any other tourist buses that run around London, because they're all basically go effectively the same route. They're doing well with money-wise coming in. Like I say, there are 500,000, 600,000, 200, 400, 300, 400, 200. We're going to see what the green makes today. Hopefully the green starts making a decent money. I don't know how long they've been going, to be fair, but we can have a look at the statistics. Have a look at the blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the average, 7. It's basically a weekend that they get busy, but they've been running. That's been running 7 days. That started today. That's been running 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Effectively, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they've all been running about 7 days, which is good to know. We do, like I say, need to get these upgraded and get the rest of the bus stops upgraded when we can, and just keep at it. To be fair, we're doing well. We're getting everything growing. I need to look at more buses for the Camden area, as there's a bit of a pause with the save coming in. Oh, Tooting and that. So they want emergency evacuation. We're not able to do that, I'm afraid. So yeah, I'm bringing up some bus routes right now. Oh, there's the Line 1. We could end up having the Line 1 next episode and just filling in a load more buses. I don't know what bus depot actually has the Line 1. It would be Camberwell, actually. Let's have a look where Camberwell bus garage would be. Takes a second to load things in. Okay, so it would Camberwell bus garage is actually south of here. If I'm looking at things, where are we? So hide. It's around here, Camberwell. Have a quick zoom in. You're probably ill. Yeah. So there's the oval. Camberwell Garage is, I want to say, this area here. Yeah, exactly this. That goes there. But yeah, we're better off putting the one in from this garage for now. When we get to Camberwell, we can move it over to there. I know we need to. That's going north and south effectively, so all the way up to, where does it go? It goes up to about here. Looks like on the map. You have a look and a zoom in. Yeah, effectively, it goes to here. So this little it turns around here. So yeah, we could get the line 1 in, which would be good. Other than that, we'll probably have a look at other routes that we can do. That needs a repair, so let's give that a repair. And yeah, we're just focusing, like I say, on getting a lot more stuff up and fully operational, and just going from that, realistically. Any more that I want to know if there's just some that's just Camberwell. There's a replacement bus service. We're not going to do that. There's a 24 that runs through here. I effectively want to get more that's in this area and just get this area built up. I've got a list that go through Camden Town of the line 1, the 24, the 27, the 29, the 31, the 46, 88, 134, 214, 253, 274, which we've already got, and the 390. Which, do we already have the 390? No, we don't. But we've got more buses that can definitely go operational from here. It's just a matter of, obviously, it wouldn't officially be at this depot, but we've got the expansion to do so. So we just carry on with getting these buses upgraded. So let's have a look at any second-hand. It's quite a few. That one we're going to offer a low ball because it's dead battery, and then the rest we can just offer the normal price for it. But this is basically what we're going to be doing for the next few. Well, that's what I'm basically going to be doing between now and the next episode, is looking at what bus routes we can implement, getting those bus routes ready to go operational, in hopes that we can get now the 2... where's the other end of that bus route? There, isn't it? Yeah, looking at which bus routes we've got, where we can move to get the upgrades for the routes, and just keep going from there, because that's all we need right now, is just to keep getting more bus routes operational on the north side of the river, fill in what depots we can with what bus routes we can. Like I say, we'll look at probably putting the 1 in as the first bus route. We'll try and get the 274 tomorrow, if I have a look at the timetable for this bus depot and get it scheduled. We are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 buses, but we can only fit another 5 buses in this depot. So that's going to be a situation to do. But that's basically what I'm going to be doing. Like I said, between now and next episode is just focusing on this depot, getting the King's Cross depot up and running, fully operational, getting more buses in. Like now, we're going to have a look at more buses. That's got a dead battery, so we're going to offer you some 47,000. You're going to reject it, which You're another dead battery, and we don't pay more than 47,000 for dead batteries. We'll offer you that amount. That's great. We've got another bus coming in then. And like I say, right now we're just focusing on expanding our buses, or well, filling out the bus depot, to then expand the bus depot, to get more bus routes on this depot, and more drivers, and just keep on building and building and building. That's the main thing we need to focus on right now. But yeah, we've got Thursday and Friday. We're going to have an increase in passenger volume, which means we're going to have I want this 274 up and operational by then. I'm probably going to play those 2 days off camera, so we'll whatever money we make, we'll go over that at the start of the next episode, and we'll also go over what we actually have implemented, if we have implemented any new routes or whatever we've done. We'll go through all the figures, and we'll do that all next episode. Like I said, with all that being said, thank you so much for watching this episode. If you are new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to be notified every time a new video goes live. If you were liking the video, hit the like button. Comment down below. Let me know if there's any other bus routes you think I should add on to this depot. I know I've added in the 2 dead buses that run out of this depot, the bus routes. But if you think of any more bus depot or bus routes to run out of this depot, apart from the ones I've already named, we're not working on night buses just yet, but that is probably something we're going to look into in the future. Like I said, with all that being said, thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you next time for the next video.